Welcomes you all in this inaugural session of the International Training on Sustainable Land Management Principles, Practices and Applications. So I welcome our Chief Guest, Shri Vinay Kumar Sir, Director International Cooperation, Indian Council of Forestry, Research and Education, and other guests from the UNCCD, Professor Anthony Simons and Professor I.B. Kakulu. I will now request Dr. Rajesh Sharma sir, ADG Biodiversity and Climate Change and head of our center, to please escort the chief guest and other guests from UNCCD to the dais, please. Chief guest of the occasion, Shri Vinay Kumar ji, Director IC, Dr. Rajesh Sharma sir, ADG BCC, ADGs of Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education, and then representatives from UNs, from different universities and other organizations, my colleague scientists from Center of Excellence, and I hope your stay was also good here. So, to our chief guest, sir, please. I request now I request Dr. Sushant Sharma. Thank you, sir. To start the inaugural session, I request chief guests and other dignitaries on the dais to join us for the lightning of lamp, please, for the knowledge over darkness.
I, on behalf of Center of Excellence on Sustainable Land Management and on my personal behalf, first of all, would like to welcome the Chief Guest of today's function, Shri Vinay Kumar, Director of International Cooperation, for sparing his valuable time and making it a point to be part of this inaugural session. Your presence on this occasion and your words of wisdom is going to enlighten all the participants of this training program. I also welcome Dr. Tony Simmons, Senior Fellow UNCCD, and Professor E.D. from UNCCD GLI, not only for sharing the dais, but also accepting our invitation to be an expert and sharing their expertise on sustainable land management with the participants of this training program. I also extend a warm welcome to our resource persons and the participants. They are from 15 different countries and the core element of this training program. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you. In the same way, I would like to extend a welcome to my colleagues from ICFRE ATG, all ATGs, Mr. Sujan, Dr. Vinay, Secretary, ICFRE, Shri Raman Kumari, Shri Mahalingji. I also, Dr. Geeta Joshi and Dr. NC. I also welcome all the faculty and senior scientists and staff of Under Director of International Cooperation from VCC, from external projects and Green Training Program. And more importantly, my colleagues from Center of Excellence on Sustainable Land Management. I welcome you all. Ladies and gentlemen, this training program on sustainable land management, principal practices and application. If you look at the word sustainable land management, land remains at the core, and I think something has gone wrong. That's why we are talking about the management and sustainability. Center of Excellence on Sustainable Land Management, as per its mandate and objective, is pursuing hard, extending support on capacity building programs, and providing a platform for all other departments who are working on the management of land resources to come together and right hand in the endeavor to make our land sustainable. This training program has been so designed that it is going to cover different aspects, as the title says, sustainable land management on principal practices and application. Apart from these, if you look at the schedule of this training program, it's going to provide an insight into the socio-economic aspects. I think Professor E.B. is going to talk about that. We have representative from UNEP, Dr. Rubin. We have experts from BHU. We have experts from NRC. We have experts from YS Burma University. We have experts from SAC. They are all going to share their expertise, covering aspects of socioeconomics, policies, monitoring and evaluations, and the role of RSEAs in land management. This training program provides a platform because we have participants from 15 different countries. Has provided a platform not only to listen to the experts, but I think the participants, they are also rich with their experience. And during the course of the deliberations, exchange of ideas will help Center of Excellence to address the two flags of where and how COE looks down the line for 3 years of it, or to come up to the expectation of the global market. So with this background of this training program, I once again extend a very warm welcome to our dignitaries and all the participants of this training program, and wishing you all pleasant and happy stay there. Thank you very much.
Providing the briefing of the course also.
Yeah, right in the bottom.
Now I would like to request our dear participant to please have a round of introduction and just introduce yourself one by one. So we'll start from here, please. You can give them mic or mic.
Welcome to everyone, all the dignitaries, scientists and professors and ladies and gentlemen. I am Abhishek Kumar. I represent Wildlife Institute of India here, and I am working in biodiversity component there with nature interpretation and education component. And we organize capacity building workshops all across the tributaries of Ganga and major adjoining rivers. And for the last 5 years, I am working on management of invasive species, especially Lantana camara, and its crop competition with native species in the Indian Himalayan region. So, with this training, I would like to dwell into the insights of how the land is managed, which is degraded by the invasive species. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. Respected delegates from different parts of the country. My name is Fred, and for the last 5 years I'm working on the conservation of the threatened plant species that is located in the Indo-Myanmar hotspot region, that is northern part of the India. And I'm looking forward to communicate and share the knowledge together with the experts from the different parts of the India. Thank you.
Invited delegates, I'm Willie Sabona from Malawi. I work for Forest Research Institute of Malawi, and they're responsible for trees outside forests. These are the strategies that looks into issues that happen on farm and other interventions outside the protected forest areas. I've been working in this strategy area for quite a long time. But this training is quite important to me because I need to enhance my capacity on sustainable land management. I think from this grouping, there's a lot to learn from here and maybe forge ahead in our efforts to sustainably manage our land, which is more fragile in some parts of areas where I'm coming from. Thank you. Good morning.
My name is Robert Mazengo from Tanzania. I work with the Tanzania Agricultural Research Institute as a senior research engineer. Our concern at the institute is to see how land management can contribute to food security. So, and I'm here to explore and to share experience on that. I have been working on irrigation water management for quite more than 10 years now. So thank you and welcome.
And a very good morning to everyone. First and foremost, I would like to join our training colleagues here to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Center of Excellence on Sustainable Land Management and the organizers for providing us this a very great and wonderful opportunity to broaden our exposures, our insights and experience on a very important topic that is sustainable land management. Thank you very much for having us. To introduce myself, I'm Karma Wandi. I'm from Bhutan. I work as an associate lecturer in College of Natural Resources under Royal University of Bhutan. I am from agricultural background. I did my bachelor's from India itself, from Haryana Agricultural University. I completed my master's that too in agricultural science from Thailand, from Naresuan University. Thank you once again for having us and looking forward for a very memorable and fruitful session ahead. Thank you.
Dr. Manish Kumar Singh. I am scientist working as botanist in Center of Excellence, ICFRE. I welcome all of you here in ICFRE. Thank you.
I am Dr. Mahfouza Parveen, Associate Professor at Department of Environmental Science and Disaster Management at Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. So I am working in environmental sector for more than 15 years actually. So before talking about myself, I want to express my heartiest gratitude or condolences to one of my Indian friends who shared this training information with me. Actually, he died in Saturday. So, sorry.
Bhuvan, meaning may you all live longer. I'm Tiraka Gunaratna from Sri Lanka. I'm attached to the University of Pennsylvania and work in the capacity of professor in botany. My expertise on tropical ecology, restoration ecology, science education, and also managing of invasive species. And I'm here to learn the best practices from different countries and also to share these practices that are conducted in Sri Lanka, since we get the opportunity to serve national committees. I would love to learn from you all. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
I am Gulnaz Shalilora. I'm from the Kyrgyz Republic, and I'm an associate professor of the Kyrgyz State University named after Abayev. And for my expertise, I've been working in the field of sustainable natural resource management in general, and of course, I'm looking forward in getting applied knowledge experience during this training, and of course I'm also looking for cooperation in your future with all participants. Thank you very much.
Namaste and greetings from Nepal. I am Haris Bahadur. I represent CTBT Nepal. It is Council for Education, Training and Vocational Training. I am involved in forestry teaching and experience. I experienced the research activities leading to sustainable forest management in Nepal, as well as I am also having research in assessing the ecosystem services in Western Himalayas. I would like to thank all the delegates and professionals for inviting me to this occasion where the international training of sustainable land management is occurring. I would like to thank all of the delegates as well as and welcome all the participants. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Moses Faria from Sierra Leone, attached to Jala University, West Africa. It's my gratitude this morning to thank Indian Council of Forestry Research for the second time they've given me. The first was in 2016-2017. I had my first fellowship in India. It was great, and they've given me another opportunity to be here. I'm engaged in forest management as well as ecosystem restoration. So I'm mainly concerned with degraded mine areas. Those are the areas that I pay attention to. I'm also into other components of research, but that are not too much important for this gathering. It's an opportunity to be here, to meet colleagues. I believe in networking. I will use opportunities like this to create my network, meet with people, create friends, make friends. I think that matters a whole lot. Thank you very much for being here. I'm grateful to Indian Council of Forestry Research. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Sadgiril from Mongolia. I work in Mongolian Agricultural University. Our university is located in Takhawan province. This is a local branch of this university. I'm the head of Department of Environmental Science, and my background is land management. And the Mongolia has a big, huge amount of the territories. We have a large rangeland, so my research more focus on the rangeland, sustainable rangeland management. And also the Mongolian president, he addressed the Billion Trees program, all the Mongolian areas, and that training is more helpful for us, the practices and applications. Thank you for inviting me to this training program.
Organization ICFRE to help me to attend this conference. Myself, Dr. Kshitij Malhotra. I am Senior Research Consultant in CBAT. CBAT is a Center for Indian Bamboo Resource Technology. It's an Indian-based non-profit company. Basically, we are providing services in bamboo sector. We are planting bamboo in various fields, and I am here to learn how to use sustainable management in bamboo sector basically. And apart from that, we are also providing services in handicraft sector for bamboo. And I would like to again thank to organization ICFRE for helping me to attend this training program. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Subhash Sharma, working as an associate professor agriculture economics at Dr. Y.S. Pramar, University of Horticulture and Forestry, Solan, Himachal Pradesh. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, and I would firstly like to thank COE SLM for inviting me to this international training. I'm Ruben Gergen from representing the economics of ecosystems and biodiversity at the UN Environment Program. So I'll be delivering a lecture tomorrow on TEEB as well as regenerative agriculture practices and how to apply that framework. But happy to be here with you all and looking forward to interactions over the next 2-3 days. Thank you.
Its participants and organizers, and a very good morning to one and all. I am Purushottam Abhilash from Institute of Environment and Sustainable Development, Banaras University. I'm working as an associate professor there. I work on agroecology, land restoration, sustainable land management practices. And I congratulate COE for organizing this wonderful and really ambitious program on sustainable land management practices. So I'm here to learn and share some of our experience on sustainable land management practices. Thank you.
I'm Ganga Kadal and I'm from Nepal. I have worked with the Green Foundation Nepal as a cluster project coordinator in 4 districts of Nepal comprising 8 local government, where I have to work in coordination with local government. I have to work in community forest user groups, where we work for renewable operation plan, their practices, their tenure rights, and it is the project under tenure facility by Sweden. And where we also have to work on the sustainable land management inside the forest resources. And I would like to express a great gratitude to COE SLM for providing me this huge opportunity. Thank you.
I am Richa Bosset. I am representing Nepal. I currently work as environment and social officer in a major construction company of our country. So my purpose there is to adhere to IFC performance standard while taking along with the development work that is going in my country. So I am responsible to monitor the environment and to manage all the practices and standards that are being set up by different organizations like IFC, and also to ensure the environments are not being harmed and the social and economic aspects are also intact. So from this training, I'm eager to learn about how development can go hand in hand without managing the environment as well, taking the development in hand in hand. Similarly to how we can give the social, make maximum benefit from for the community living around us. So, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude for selecting me and giving me this opportunity to bring in this training. And I would also like to take a moment to remember a friend like Mafuza Sweat, Shashi Gaurav Singha, who sent me this link of the training, and for his on-time demise. So I would like to thank him. He gave me the opportunity to attend this training. Thank you.
My name is Rajiv Jose. I am from Nepal, and currently working as an assistant professor at Agriculture and Forestry University of Nepal. And yes, we as a faculty of agriculture in Nepal, we are working on the field of sustainable forest management, silviculture-based forest management, etc. And this Agriculture and Forestry University where I belong, it is the first technical university of Nepal, and under this university, we are running almost 3 programs, that is forestry, agriculture, and veterinary science. So finally, I'd like to thank Center of Excellence, ICFRE, for granting me this opportunity. Thank you.
I'm Akash Kumar. Currently, I am doing research on emissions from mining sector, and also I am collaborating with Center of Environment Education for UNESCO's program on greening education partnership. Through this training, I would like to enhance my knowledge and skills on SLM practices. Thank you so much.
My name is Ashwarya Negi and I'm from India. I work in the coal research region of Himachal Pradesh, that is Lahore and Spiti. My work includes time series modeling and time series modeling focusing on the historical climatic data of the region and also the social impact on the inhabitants of the region due to climate change. I'm looking forward to learning a lot from this training. Thank you.
I'm Biljana Kilibarda and I work in Institute of Hydrometeorology of Montenegro. I'm a national focal point for UNCCD and currently I'm chairing the committee of the review for the implementation of the United Nations Convention on Combating Desertification, and also I'm a member of Intergovernmental Working Group on midterm evaluation of the UNCCD Strategic Framework 2018-2030. I'm also very involved in UNCCD national reporting process as well as drafting of national drought plan for Montenegro. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers for accepting my application and for giving me an opportunity to be here in this beautiful city of Dehradun for the following 5 days. And I expect that I will extend my knowledge in this topic very much with this training program and with sharing the experience with other participants. Thank you very much.
For your self-introductions, it appears that we have a lot of this diversity among the participants from different countries. Around 12 to 13 countries are there in this international training. So thank you all once again. Marching on, I would request our friend from UNCCD, Professor Tony Simons, to address the gathering. Please.
My name is Tony Simons. I am a senior fellow at UNCCD G20 Global Land Initiative. 15 months ago, I was the executive director of ICFRE, the Center for International Forestry Research and the International Center for Research in Agroforestry. I'm not an expert. What I have is knowledge that is being shared with me by others. I'm a collector of knowledge, and I like to share it and learn it. This is being built as a training program, as a capacity building program. But believe me, you will teach the resource people more than we will teach you. Your richness, diversity of experiences are what will really enhance this program. Sustainable land management, we're 8 billion people on the planet at the moment. There's 17 of you. That means each one of you has to reach 480 million people. If you work for another 20 years, that's 24 million people a year, 2 million a month, 500,000 a week, 100,000 a day, 10,000 per hour of your working day. So how will this week help you in being more efficient in reaching out to those individuals? You represent an incredible array of countries: Malawi, Tanzania, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Czech Republic, India, Sierra Leone, Mongolia, and apologies to any others I've missed, Nigeria as well. My colleague IB here. And this is what will really enhance the process, because a lot of the land process is at the international level. The nation state. We know of countries. We know of international negotiations and how difficult they are. If you go back and look on the internet in 1992, at Rio, the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, 1992, 32 years ago. in that final text, there were 3 promises made. By 1994, policies would be in place to sustainably manage land. By 1996, the capacities and resources that are needed would be in place. And by 1998, sustainable financing flows would be achieving sustainable land management. 1998. 26 years ago, we were supposed to have completed our task. So we can all take a low mark in terms of progress. But we now have an opportunity to accelerate because of the Global Land Initiative of the G20. The G20 group of countries and regions now, the European Union is part of the G20 and the African Union is part of G20. India held the presidency of the G20 last year. And congratulations to India for championing sustainable land management within that process. You did it incredibly well, incredibly diplomatically, and the Centre of Excellence for Sustainable Land Management is one of the legacies of India's presidency. Yes, India put the spacecraft on the moon last year, a different piece of land. But how incredible that politically, with all of the issues going on around the world, that land was not neglected. And so it's up to all of us to make sure that we are sharing this knowledge, make sure that we are learning together. And I really look forward this week with my hat on as a senior fellow at the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification and other affiliations that I have to reach out to you. I was born in the 1950s. I'm a completely different generation to most of you in the room. I don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter. For me, it's emails or WhatsApp or LinkedIn. And we heard our colleague mention building networks here, and it's really important that you all build your networks. I mean, by this afternoon, we should all be on each other's LinkedIn profiles or any other platforms that you want, because that will help you get those articles, keep in touch, keep your finger on the pulse. The Centre of Excellence, and congratulations to the Indian Council for Forest Research and Education and the ministry, its parent ministry in the government above it, for really championing and highlighting this. It's hard to establish an international Centre of Excellence and to coordinate the myriad of actors that there are around the world in sustainable land management. I mean, let's be honest, everybody wants to coordinate, but nobody wants to be coordinated. Yeah? Put your hand up, oh yeah, I want to be coordinated. You know? No, people don't. You know? They want to be the coordinator. But the sensitivity, the humility, the gravitas, the credibility, legitimacy of India, of ICFRE, and of the centre is incredible. Just starting this process. It will take 20 years. It's not going to be done overnight. And part of that building up the Centre of Excellence is to be part of that excellence, to contribute your knowledge and to share, and not just share your successes, but also the difficulties, the challenges, the problems that have arisen in that process. So it's also a delight and congratulations to the organisers for paying attention to gender balance. A few years ago, we would have only been men in the room. And it's tremendous to see greater gender balance and those perspectives and understanding and the international process, and not just all choosing foresters because it happens to be at the Forest Research Institute and the ICFRE campus. That's tremendous. Reaching out, breaking down those silos is so important. So you can tell that I used to be an academic, and I will go on for hours, so I will leave it there and look forward to interacting with you during these few days. Thank you.
Also in Nigeria, when you don't want to say hello to those at the high table. So it's great to be here. I'm really excited that I was invited, and it was
an uphill task to get into India, but I was glad I made it. You know, you just rushed in through the door before the door was shut, so I'm here. And I'm sure some of you had the experiences trying to get visas and all of that, you know. They're protecting all the knowledge that they have in here, and we're here to steal as much of it as we can, right? So the Center for Excellence, we've come here to learn. Being around the campus 2 days ago, I was amazed. And I said, what are you guys doing with all this knowledge? You need to export it to the rest of the world. People need to know what you know. So I can say to the participants, you're in the right place. You're here going to meet the right faculty, the right people, and I'm looking forward to new knowledge. So the whole idea of interactions, roundtables, conversations, we're going to be learning from each other, but I'm sure at the end of 5 days, we would have created new knowledge, because never at any time in the world have this set of people, this combination of brains, this representation of diverse personalities sat together under one roof. Has it happened before? No. So as we brainstorm, as we listen to each other, as we share experiences, I'm looking forward to the outcome more than the beginning. On my part, I will be sharing some of my experiences. I'm a professor of land management and valuation, and I have worked extensively in academia for about 3.5 decades plus, going to 40 years. And a lot of that work has been in the Niger Delta. For those who've read about it, it's one of the richest deltas in and around the world. However, land degradation is on the rise, right? Wetland degradation, mangrove depletion, and the United Nations Environment Program has been around with us for the last 15 years, trying to get us to take some positive steps to restore degraded wetlands. I will be sharing some of the experiences. I will be sharing some of the socioeconomic challenges we've had. I will be sharing how we have addressed livelihoods and gender empowerment in some of these areas, bringing real-life field experiences to add to the discussion and the dialogue. And the G20 Global Land Initiative is really ambitious and hopes that by the year 2040, we would have restored 50% of the world's degraded lands. And I believe that this faculty here and all of us in this room can help make that ambition a reality. So we're here on that note to support, we're here to learn, we're here to share experiences, and like Tony said, we don't know it all. But we know that when we listen to you and you listen to us, we're going to spark off light bulbs and new ideas and creativity. And I'm looking forward to the interaction as much as you are. So thank you once again for inviting us and having us here. And I do hope we can make an impact by the time we're done. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kakulu, for your motivating words. I hope your knowledge in the coming days will enrich our experiences of our participants. So now I request our chief guest of the occasion, Shri Vinay Kumar, Director, for his inaugural address. Please, sir.
Morning to all the participants. I am Vinay Kumar. I am heading the Center of Excellence. I am from the Indian Forest Service. Let me thank and welcome the participants, and first of all, Professor Anthony from UNCCT, Professor I.V. Kakulu from UNCCT, and the COE, Dr. Rajesh Sharma, my fellow scientists, colleagues, and other invitees. See, I have been practitioner and also I have been implementing the sustainable land management concepts and theories in the field for last 30 years. I may not be of the same age as Professor Anthony. He said he's 1950s, but you don't look like 1950s. You look in 70s only. That you are born in 70s. So quite young of your age. See, the problems we are facing worldwide, I think 90% of the problems we are facing are similar problems. Solutions may be different. 10% problems which my country, India, may be different. And some of the problems of land degradation may be different in other countries. We have 14 countries here. Now, what I look forward for this interaction is we share the experiences, we learn from each other. I worked 30 years in various capacities, in various departments. I worked in agriculture, I worked in forestry, most of the time in forest management, rural development, watershed management, irrigation. See, what I feel is, as this statistic shows, if we take 10,000 years, 90% of our forest cover has been lost in last 100 years. And of course, the driving factors are different. Population is there, climate change is there, increased agriculture is there. That's a good thing that the agriculture has expanded, but the negatives are that with expanding agriculture, there are so many things like, let us say, the groundwater cover. In Indian condition, if we see, the agriculture is rain-fed. About 80% of our economies in India, they are agriculture economies. And we are totally rain-fed agriculture. We get rain in 2 or 3 months. After that, there is no water. It's the groundwater pumping in India. As a result, most of the aquifers in North India, now our groundwater levels have gone down, resulting in land degradation. So the emerging concept came participatory ground management. How you share water, you have limited water. So we have good practice in India, we may be having good practices in Nepal or Bhutan or many other countries, Mongolia. You may not have that acute problem of groundwater as now we have started having it in some of the states like Punjab. Why I am saying this is, you integrate all the spheres in land management. Land management doesn't mean only forestry, doesn't mean only agriculture. It doesn't mean only coastal area management. It's a sum total of all, and we have to understand what is the basis, what is the actual cause of land degradation when we are attending an issue pertaining to that. In agriculture, the trend in India, I am telling, is in many of the Southeast Asia where paddy is the main crop. The more water, more paddy, we don't go for crop diversification. If you give more water, the people will cultivate more paddy. And the situation comes when there is no water, then what else? People are not aware what to grow when there is no water. So we should inculcate the habit in the farmers that if there is no water or when there is excess water, you use less water, you go for the crops which need less water so that you conserve it for the future. If I don't have water, my neighbor needs water, or if he has water, I need water, we can share water. So how such technologies can be done? So we are fortunate now, we have a lot of IT coming. Technology can be put to use. Last international training we had was the use of remote sensing in land degradation practices, how to use technologies. So such things also, we have Indian experiences, we have worldwide experiences which can be exchanged.
Being a forester, I have seen in the field non-timber forest products, that NTFP we call, which is actually our poorest of the poor strata in the forest areas. Maybe the same is the condition in Nepal and Bhutan and other areas. Their economies are dependent on the NTFP. I have seen in the field a full-grown tree, the tribal people, they go to the field, they cut the entire tree and then they collect the fruits. They will burn the entire grass so that the seed which is falling on the ground, at least the collection is easy, it doesn't mix up with the grass. Such detrimental practices, which are environmentally totally detrimental, it not only destroys the forest area, it causes forest fires, it causes ultimately the land degradation. So how to tackle such areas? What are the practices in other countries? What are the practices in Indian context? Then there is mining. Reclamation of mines is there. So how the mining reclamation can be sustainable? How the species selection should be there? How the succession plays a role in such areas? So we need to understand, and we cannot be the land practitioners, experts. I think one generation for us it is not sufficient. We keep on learning and we pass on the knowledge to the next generation. That's the principle we should work. We can never be expert in land reclamation. We can only try our best, and when we try to do our best, there is a resistance from the field. If you try and you change, definitely you will get resistance. So you have to convince the people. So land management also involves man management. So you have to manage the people in the field, you have to manage the farmers, you have to manage the industrialists, you have to manage our own scientists. They should understand and we should manage before. I have seen people, they are totally against the new technologies. It takes time for them. First we have to do the pilots, we have to show them this is the result. If they are convinced, they will be happily coming and they will be assisting us. So such should be our approach. And I think the next 1 week, when we are here 4 or 5 days, will be enriched by the experiences of all the countries, all the participants, all the experts, all the guest faculty who are coming to us. And when we go out after this workshop is over, I think we'll get something new, some new ideas for betterment of the climate, betterment of the earth, and we'll be implementing that in the field. And we also develop a good network so that we can exchange the ideas, which should not be limited to this room or these 5 days. It should continue in perpetuity. So with this, I wish you all the best and enjoy staying in Dehradun. It's called Mecca of Forestry, the campus. Go explore the campus. We have very good museums there and very good labs there. So we are here to help you. If anything is required, our team will be certainly taking care of you. Thank you very much.
Thought-provoking and encouraging words, and thank you for your constant guidance which enable us to make this program a success. So as we head towards the end of the inaugural session, this international training, I request Dr. Sanjay Singh, Scientist E and course coordinator of this training, to propose a vote of thanks, please.
To welcome you all. I stand before you today with a heart full of gratitude to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of all of us, our entire team at Center of Excellence, our scientists, our staff which is here with us, our research scholars, our consultants who have been working tirelessly to make this event a success. The International Training Program on Sustainable Land Management Principle, Practices and Application is the second training program in the series of international training program this year that we have conducted. We will be conducting many more. So please stay in touch. So you are informed about all these training programs. You can also, suggest someone who might be interested in this training program. On behalf of the organizing committee, I sincerely thank all the dignitaries, speakers, and the guests who have graced this occasion by their presence. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us for this inaugural session. Land, as we all know, is a finite resource and upon which the very survival of humankind is dependent. It has a pivotal role in ensuring food security for current and future generations, and it is related to all the Sustainable Development Goals, all 17. But like the experts would say, 8 are most relevant. Most relevant SDGs that are connected to our sustainable land management. So therefore we must manage our land in a way that it guarantees a sustained yield, goods, services, ensuring well-being of our planet as well as the inhabitants of the planet. So the training program that we have embarked upon is not merely a routine event but a significant step towards addressing the critical issue of land management and sustainable development. So the Center of Excellence on Sustainable Land Management, as we are called, COESLM, it was established at ICFRE and it has set its sights on building the capacity or capacity enhancement of the stakeholders at both national and international level on land resource management and upscaling the already existing sustainable land management practices. There are already sustainable land management practices which has been tested over time, and our aim is to gather all the knowledge we can from the and further upscale these best practices so that we can achieve the land degradation neutrality target that we have set for ourselves. Our center has a mandate to reach out to the global south and provide all our stakeholders with the organized capacity enhancement programs, have knowledge products, and of course the research for enhancement of the knowledge that we have already. So the opening session today has set the tone for what promises to be an enlightening and transformative experience for us. So I believe the insights that are shared by our distinguished speakers will provide us with a deeper understanding of the challenges we face and the package of practices which can be used to address them. Also, I would like to thank at the outset Tony and Ivy, who had provided their crucial input to designing this entire training program. So we have with us a few exercises that we will be doing. Of course, our speakers as well as our participants has agreed upon sharing of certain best practices which is being practiced in their country. So we will have an exposure on what is being done in other countries as well. So with this collective exposure on sustainable land management practices, we will further move on for the exercises that we have planned together. So I am also deeply grateful to our esteemed speakers for accepting our invitation. We have with us Abhilash sir from BHU, we have with us Ruben, soon our Manish Parmarji will be joining us. We have Tony, we have Ivy, and of course there are many other speakers who will be joining us in the coming week. So I am grateful for them for taking out time from their busy schedule and ensure their availability for this program. And of course, their insights will help us for achieving the target, the main objective of this training program. I also extend our thanks to the organizer, coordinators and the support staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scene to ensure the success of this event. So I may be the face, but then there are many more people who are involved to make this program a success. So to all the participants, I invite you to make the most of this training program. The discussions we have here will undoubtedly contribute to improving the land resource management practices and in turn the well-being of our planet. Thank you once again to everyone who made this opening session memorable and inspiring, and I wish you, I ensure you that we will make the coming 5 days a memorable experience for you. Thank you.
With this, we come to an end of this inaugural session. I request all the dignitaries, participants and other officials here for a group photograph which will be taken in the Rajputana Hall, just outside this hall.